Hey all, this is Ursa, and welcome back to our continuing coverage of our destruction of the zombie horde. Or something along those lines, or we're just going back to They Are Billions, me and Mama Earth putting our minds together to bring you the finest in zombie killing action. On the snowiest map possible, it's time. Or something along those lines. I don't know. Am I making this too dramatic? I probably am. It's okay. But anyways, you know, next level land grabbing aside, is what happened last episode. We are expanding beautifully here. I have a nice doom stack, well not a doom stack, but a, let's just say, reasonable apocalyptic stack of 11 titans to do the dirty work that we are trying to handle here by cleaning up the map and making sure that we don't have any add-ons and Klingons from these extra hordes just hanging around, coming in with the last waves. So that's kind of where we're at now. We don't really need practically who's having. We get 7, we get another huge one over there. Yep, that doesn't overlap. So we just saw that and it made our hearts glad. No, just go ahead and do that one. That's huge. Do it! Anyway. No, I was saying, so I don't really foresee us needing another city development per se. Purely because we already have 2 full ones already stacked with markets and banks, so it's highly unlikely that's going to become a thing. But until it becomes a thing, we will overcome. But yeah, no, and if we need it, we have some more space down here. But really, the space down here is going to be used for quarries. It's going to be used primarily for mills to supply the energy stores that we oh so desperately need to continue our burgeoning, ever so burgeoning colony. As you can see, we have a small, not very small, but an effective group of 24 ladies, 5 snipers, and a soldier, clearing out the nasties to the east while our titans go ahead and clear out shit to the west. Again, with a stack of 11 titans, you more or less can, I mean, you can't exactly, because some of the stacks toward the edge of the map get awful big. I was going to say you can fire and forget them, but you can't really fire and forget them. However, you can more or less send them that way, and as long as you check in on them occasionally, you'll be alright, but we just, you know, click in a direction and let them go ahead and ham up whatever it needs. If there's a stack of 15, then you can literally run into the middle of a giant pack and not worry about anything. At this point, you can still worry a little bit. Not much, but it's worth noting that you should check on your titans once in a while. Don't send them into something really stupid. Because you get something when you get a bunch of spitters you're not able to knock down right away because you're prioritizing the fatties that are running at you. You can really take some significant damage on a titan stack, so you got to be a little careful. But it said once you're up to a number of like 15, then at that point everything dies so quick that you never have to worry about getting spitter bombed or something along those lines. So it's all right. And again, we do have bonuses to fishermen's cottages. So we're going to go ahead and get as much food out of this shit as possible. And get it done on the lake. On the lake, as long as there are lakes, there will be food. And as long as there's food, we will be happy. So we're going to go ahead and try to optimize this a little bit. Trying to get the biggest numbers as we can, because there's 2 19s we can get. Probably can get 3 in there anyway, so that's relatively fine. 100 cottage there. And again, we're doing this because we expect, and rightly so, that the upgrades to our stone houses will cost us a lot of food, and it will. Like, that's no doubt in my mind that it will. So we want to optimize the kind of food we're able to pull off from this. And the forests and the lakes down here provide us some pretty good options outside of farms that we can do that with. So hey, bonus all around. Let's go. As the titans continue to foppishly murder everything that they see, which is bloody brilliant with the top hat and all. And like I said, last episode, we do expect the next horde to be a-coming any day now. So we gotta be a little careful. Did it just happen last episode? I don't remember. Wait a minute. I'm trying to think of the wrong recording. Anyway, we'll find out soon enough. But I do believe that we're still alright. I don't think the 5th horde has come yet. If it did, it was very, very underwhelming. Did it come in the south or north? I think it might have. I don't even remember anymore. Life's been busy sometimes, so I can't even narrate what happened last time. But we're gonna watch what happens this time. How about that? Deal? Deal. Y'all probably know better than me, honestly. Frightening that. I should probably honestly check the goddamn footage before I start recording an episode to figure out what actually happened last time, so I'm not like talking out of my ass here. But as you can see, we're gonna go ahead and stack as many mills in here as possible. Ideally, some by places where they won't get in the way. Some by the cavern walls, as necessary, and it is kind of physically painful for me to watch this happening a little bit, getting these mills in the right place, because goddamn, if that isn't a process, I don't know what is, but nature of the beast, I guess. Anyways, these ladies, the snipers and the soldiers are going in and getting the work done, baby.
Oh dear.
So nice. And these guys are clearing out the west, and again, we have knowledge of the northwest. This we got to check on. We could be sitting on a bunch of spitters that we didn't realize, and that's no fun. Yeah, we got spat on, basically. Whenever you see a bunch of your units low in health, you probably got spat on. That's basically what happens. So you got to be careful, especially with the ladies. They can take attrition super quick and die horribly. You got to be smart about that. Titans less so unless you hit a stack of 7. So if you attack move. That's what I was looking for, attack moving. If you attack move rather conservatively, you'll be alright. Spitters are incoming. Banshees incoming. God, these things are evil. Coming in from all the angles. You're coming right for us, Bob! And they're all dead. It's alright. Zombie Bob is with us, so he is protecting us from his uncultured kindred. Yeah, but you can see, spitters just... They are still the bane of every single existence of colonies in this particular universe. Spitters just destroy everything. Anyways... Oil platforms, because we want more Titans overall, and let's go ahead and crack those dudes down. We have a bunch of extra power, and you can see, not that much. So now we're going to be up to about 28 extra oil. That puts us at about 25, 24 more Titans, which is all well and good. If we get another warehouse down, I don't think we will get another warehouse down. Kind of no real reason to do so. Unless we really need to crank out and optimize oil production. And I don't want to sit on top of the oil drums unless we can't pick them up anymore. I'm not sure how that mechanical works. I'm going to put this somewhere else. But as you can see, this giant swath of land is primarily going to be a mill farm. Just non-stop mills. Mills, 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 all day, every day. And since we do need more workers, we're going to need to use some of that power to upgrade these into stone houses, which is why we have 202 excess food. We're going to keep going as far as we can. That's all the power we've got, baby. I'll see if we can make that happen a little more. Titans are incoming, we need more workers. Ah, that's right. We can't build any more units because they do require workers. That's a thing that needs to happen. And let's just use the ones we have then to clear up some more space. To shine a light upon the blackness of the mystery of the north. Yeah, we'll see what we can do up here. And it's working out pretty good. I mean, honestly, there's not too much. We haven't only hit the nastiest packs by the edges yet. They tend to congregate in the corners, at least what I found. And then just murder you by surprise, so it's no bueno. But now we have a bunch more workers, which is nice. We're going to queue up some Titans here. Want to keep the build going. I mean, you don't want to waste your energy. I mean, you shouldn't queue up too many, because then you won't be able to build anything else, because these things are damn expensive. But to the extent you can, just go ahead and start building as many as you possibly can. Drop some more mills in the interim, and you should be good to go. But yeah, you'll be seeing us drop, more and more and more mills on this map, just because it's so... The power requirements are so ridiculous. It really is. Everything's cold, man. You gotta keep that heating up. Your heating bill is gonna kill you. No money right now, but we're gonna go ahead and get 120 more power, 90 more power out of that, sorry. 30 a pop.
So much steam.
And probably due for a couple more housing upgrades. And you can see,
let's go.
Outside the worker bonuses and all the other good stuff that comes along with it, we are sitting on about 2,000 gold per cycle, which is really, really nice. We're gonna be going way up that, because we haven't even started really. We've basically just started going into stone housing, so there's not that much, not much of that particular economic draw yet, but it's going to get real crazy real soon if we go full on. Right now, we're already having... I don't want to say having trouble, but we have to apportion our gold spending very, very aggressively. Otherwise, we may not do things efficiently. That would be sad. We'd be wasting gold, wasting money, and you don't want to waste money. Ideally, we want to have research available, and we already kind of did all our research, so now we just got to spend it on Titans and other things. Things of that nature. But right now, it looks like it's relatively quiet on the corners, which is nice. And again, everything is so damn slow that we have ample time to kill it all. And speaking of spending gold, we're doing just that. Because remember, all your other resources can turn into gold, but your gold can't turn into resources unless you buy them specifically. And if you're just sitting there... I mean, let me rephrase that. All your other resources can turn into gold automatically thanks to the market. However... oh, we have 25 ladies. Why do we have 24? Anyway, however... gold doesn't automatically turn into other resources, and if you are stacking at a max, obviously you're going to be wasting gold, which sucks. So you want to keep cranking out units while you can, to the extent possible. And again, that looks like the end of the map there. Titans are where now? We're funneling them down this way to start clearing south. So we're more or less content that that black area to the north, that's as of yet unexplored, and the fog of reality. It's not really the fog of war anymore, it's just like the... What's the name for that? The Shroud, maybe? I don't... There's a technical RTS name for it. I don't remember. I don't think it's the Shroud. That sounds way too pretentious. It's like the, I don't know. What the hell's the name for that in the RTS sense? Yeah, it's not definitely the fog. Whatever, let's call it the Shroud. We're gonna call it the Shroud because it sounds badass. So the Shroud is concealing mostly just a giant stone wall / mesa over there, so we're not too worried on the implications thereof. So we're gonna go ahead and ignore that and start pushing southwest, which is the majority of stuff that we have not yet discovered, honestly. And this is convenient. It's near our engineering center, so we can start building up a bigger doom stack of Titans. Up to 12 now, so we're getting up to that super happy, kill everything, don't worry about it, kind of 15 number, which I'm kind of used to. This is just, it totally rules of thumb, by the way. Like, none of these numbers are absolute in any way. I don't think the game calculates them as such. But for me, what I found is that when I have 15 Titans or more, I can literally just attack, move, and forget about it. Whereas anything smaller, like I said, if you get surrounded by a bunch of spitters, then you can take some damage, you might even lose one if you're not careful. It definitely happened to me before. We got a bunch of spitters on, and then we had Banshees and Harpies and some fatties going in, so those got prioritized, and then the spitters were just going to town on them, and we lost a Titan or two. Not my finest moment, but then I realized that, you know, the stack of 10 or 11 ain't gonna do it. And that's kind of what I've learned from that. So that's just, you know, my experience. Your experience may differ. Perhaps you're better at micro than I am, maybe, or you're more careful than I am. Highly possible. For me, my comfort with just attack, move, and forget, about 15 or so, 15 or more. And we're going to go ahead and go crazy on the mill production because we need so much power for the stone houses. We're going to try to build eco as much as possible right now because we know our military is in relatively good shape and relatively good stead. So we're going to not worry about spending too much money on that. We're going to spend the lion's share on eco so we can spend more money later. And as you can see, our eco's up to 2,200. And every time we get a massive cash infusion, if we don't have a Titan queued, we'll queue that up, and with excess cash, we'll go ahead and do stone houses, rinse and repeat, because now we actually have the supply to do it. We're going to be running out of food eventually for this. We have 101. It's not bad, but it's still, you know, not a total number. There you go. Spitters incoming, getting spat on. Snipers getting spat on. Not so good. We have to watch that a little bit, especially with the mini-me army. And look at this crap. This is all coming for our Titans. It's pretty interesting. We're checking to see if we have extra power. We do. Let's go ahead and upgrade some more stone houses for fun and profit. Yep, 104 to go. It gives you kind of an idea of how much more space our economy has to grow yet, and that's pretty crazy. And again, we're out of power, so we need to build more mills. This will be a common theme. I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be a pretty common theme. But we've gone through most of our excess. Remember, we're up at 212 now. We're at 45 only, and we still have a couple hundred more houses to go, which is kind of bonkers. Not gonna lie. Mills are up. The power is back. We have some money. We can go ahead and try to upgrade some more housing with this as well. We have 156 power, which is nice, a lot of excess. But as you can see, that entire group of undead are running toward us, and our Titans are chewing them up. And that's why that pack of 14, 15 is doing some work for us. And I love that very, very much. Very much. But our mini, you know, non-Titan group, and mini in physical shape, I suppose, not necessarily in effectiveness. But effectiveness, too. I mean, 15 Titans versus 25 ladies, not really much of a comparison. But anyway, our mini army over here that was doing the, I guess, the heavy lifting and destroying the cities back in the day is now currently clearing up the northeast very, very gradually, which we need to watch because they might die horribly if we're not very careful. And again, we're trying to decide here whether we're going to push out or not. It might be a good idea to do so to kind of get some narrower chokes and give a district away from our housing. And again, this is one of those things where there's initial breakthrough. You want to be able to fall back to a defensive line. And to the extent that your housing is that initial district that might fall, bad idea, because you need to flood zombies afterwards. So it's much better, in my opinion, to go ahead and make extra districts outside. This is a common strategy we followed where we could in the prior playthroughs, but here, especially given how early we've gotten our cities up, we have, you know, a lot of time and a lot of resources in order to put toward this kind of fortification strategy, and we should be doing okay. Trying to decide if we want to get the other oil or not. It's, we'll see if we need it. Let's put it that way. We will see if we need it. We may go a little crazy and expand the colony out that way. It does give us more mill space, which we do need. It'll give us a bunch more quarry and stone so we can set up the walls. But our income on resources is pretty damn good. To 30 per turn for iron, which you can't spend it all because we're still spending money on housing. We're at like 58, I think, or 68, 58 stone per turn. So, like I said, man, we're rolling in a big way. We should make sure we're spending our riches appropriately, because without that, then we have foolishness, basically. Anyways, go ahead, Titans, go to work. Tesla towers, build them down. Do things. Do it. You want to do it, I'm going to get you. Yeah, come on. Do we really not want to build this? I'm trying to determine what the discussion between Mama Ursa and I are. what discussion are? What the discussion between Mama and I is at this point. I think we're saying that's how we want to block it off, or a narrower wall or a shorter wall. How do we want to play this? Because trees are impenetrable and indestructible. You know, I don't think we know the answer to this yet, but either way, we should have put the damn Tesla down and just run the time forward. It was kind of painful, and I apologize for that, but these are the debates that happen. I'm kind of trying to give you some context, because some of them are more memorable than others. Other times, like, what the hell are we talking about? And other times, like, oh, yeah, I remember that discussion because X, Y, and Z happened as a result of it. And here, I think not much happened as a result of it. For some reason, I remember it, so we're like, do we really want to expand that far out? And I was just saying, I think what I was saying is that we just want a bit of a district out front, so we can make sure we have a fallback and not much else. We're going to put a Titan up there so we can definitely defend that expansion. That's kind of what we're going to use him for. Jubba jubba jub. Dibba dibba dibba. We are out of food. Ooh ooh. Dubba dubba dub. You're out of chow. Need to make more chow. Make more mans. Yep. So we are running out of farming space, oddly enough, and this is why we research advanced farms. But in order to get two full housing areas of stone houses, you need some foods. It's not a lot of foods there, but we'll take what we can get, I guess. 14 is just depressing for a farm, isn't it? 22, not so good. 30, not so good. Like, it's really tough to pull up food here. Might drop that one down, I think. That's really the lower limit. 26, are we really going to be ready to do that? Oh, yeah, we are. Yeah, we're just trying to get as many farms in edgewise here so we can then maybe upgrade the good ones to advanced farms. It makes sense that we would expand there now because it'll get us more farmland, right? So another added benefit going in that direction. It'll help us steamroll our economy forward. And as you can see, also, speaking of economy, we're at 2,300 per turn now with the upgrades so far, and it'll only go up from there. We're not building units and military and defenses and executors fast enough for that to really, you know, for there to be really big damage on that number. It should be going upwards rather than downwards still. Late game, it'll start, you know, plummeting precipitously. Start upgrading everything to Gatling guns, start maxing out our Titan stacks and all the other crazy shit we're going to be doing. But until that time, there you go, 2,500. That is what we're at right now, 2,600, 2,500, I think. Yeah, so good gold, good God, and it's doing pretty good for us, so no complaints on that. Titan is coming out pretty slow, but we'll need him to defend the expansion, obviously, because otherwise Tezzies get infected and Tezzies die, and that's bad. It's a bad scene for everyone. I was like, hey, look, there's a Thanatos and some Titans. Let's do that. There's one guy waiting there, too. Look at this. We have 2 Thanatos, 1 Titan crew that's going to defend our Tesla expansion.
Indeed.
That is what I'm telling myself, and really the only thing that's going to screw us here, since we already cleared the map, is if there's a mini-horde coming, which is highly possible. I mean, I almost am expecting, kind of like XCOM, like, assume the worst, because it will happen. Just get it in there. And man, I'll tell you what, there's some upcoming Long War episodes. Just,
Excuse me?
some bad shit gonna go down. Some stuff that's mathematically possible but very improbable, let's put it that way, and goes down, and we suffer greatly for it, so. Anyways, details, right? Details. But this group is doing nice, so we're using them to clear the entire northeast, basically, while the Titans already cleared the northwest and are starting in the southwest, which is great. That much less to worry about.
Is it tea
So
time
readjust my seat a little bit, apologize I came through on the mic, and let's keep going, shall we? Let's keep going.
Just tell me what to do.
Snack-a-daddy snack. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. And spitters again, as you can see. Oh god, he caught one. Kill the banshee, kill the banshee, kill the wench before she eats our soldier alive, and the sniper shoots him in the face.
Hello.
Alright. And a random reference to my darling Clementine. That's what you get on this channel, people. Random associations that make you question the nature of reality. Or we can go ahead and just build some walls up here. That works too. Can we please just put the Tesla down? Yes, yes. We can do the thing with the overlappings. Yeah, that's good. No, yes, that's good. That's good. Yes, but we need to still go the other way. No, we're not going to do it? Okay, fine. Yep, I say we need to watch both sides here, because there could easily be a little leaker pack running up there, and all we need is a couple punches for that thing to go down, start spawning zombies. Then we have to up and build a new one. That'll be sad. It's alright. But our crew is doing beautiful. 25 ladies, 5 snipers, 1 soldier. I don't think we've lost a single soldier yet this entire mission. This entire attempt, let's say. Advanced quarry research? Yeah, makes sense. Advanced mills are an abomination, in my humble opinion. And now we have some more food, so might as well use that food to upgrade as much as possible. 7 food left, and that's going to start eating into our Titans, too. Because remember, Titans do require food to maintain. That little top-hatted boy is got a healthy appetite. So we got to make sure that we have enough food for that. Advanced farms are going to go up, but we need energy, and that's going to be the real shortfall here. Not necessarily farmland per se, but the energy for those advanced farms. It ain't going to be cheap. And nothing is really cheap here. Nothing is easy, but at least we have a lot of oil to play with and a lot of room to put down mills, so are we going to do that? Oh, are we going to do that like crazy? This is going to be like our mini Netherlands times 1,000. It's just insane how many mills we have down here. We're going to keep stacking them as far as we can. As long as we have the resources, we stack the mills. That is what we do, baby. Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess lose my mind. Mill placement, like I said. It's a hobby, but it's a stupid hobby. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mills. That's about 100, 210 power off of that, which will keep us out of diapers for a while and let us supply some farms. As you can see, like how many mills we have to place and how quickly we are running out of space in that particular area. I mean, we're dotting the entire thing with mills, and we've more or less got more than, I think, 60% of it covered. Scary. Titans are working. This is why you defend your Teslas, people. That's why you defend your Teslas. Because that mini horde would have been the death of that had we not been there. Scary shit, man. You just can't mess around with this. And that's not going to lock in the forest to the north, actually. That's where I would put it. Exactly right. Get in there, lock that in so we can make a wall and a ballista and call it a day, if you don't mind. Where are we going to do this? We're going to max it out, the space? Yeah, probably, because we do want to get farms up. So it might kind of make sense to build walls to the extent we have double layers. We'll build the outer layer first, that's fine.
Is it tea time?
And we'll put a Titan up there for now to make sure that we're all set. Put a ballista there. We'll probably need 2 ballista. No, 1 will cover for now, unless there's a horde incoming, they'll put in more. But we can put a centralized ballista for now to make sure he can do the work while our military isn't there, in case mini hordes come in there again. Because we'll be pushing on that. It's still one of the main places on the map where housing is near the border line and zombies can try to scratch their way in, so nasty little thing to be doing. Truly nasty little thing to be doing. Oh man, my back's like killing me today, so if you hear me like stretching in the background, I do apologize. The mic's a little sensitive also, so ugh. I'm constantly trying to like stretch and move my body, probably like creaking like crazy. I do apologize. It's too much. Too much jujitsu. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's have some fun. More zombie killing? Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please, we say in the common parlance. Here we go. Alright, so we're almost done with the northeast, and that's a big benefit. Day 56. I think it's still a little bit of time until the next horde comes in. I'm thinking day 59, 60 is when it's going to hit. So I guess it must have hit a really quick horde at the end of the last episode, because there's no way we had that much of a gap. So now I remember. I did vaguely remember that. As soon as I said like there was no horde, I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure there was. And here's a good one with food. 77 thanks to the warehouse. So these are obviously massive favorites in the upgrade war. Just make sure all those big farms come in.
Hello.
That's not a big farm. It's only 36. Why would you even think of upgrading that one? You fool! You fool! Yeah, it's 52, 60, and we don't have any other farms and warehouses. So all these warehouse farms are probably the most useful to upgrade in the 62, and it makes sense. I mean, we do have the warehouse for a reason. And this gonna double the food output? I think it does, or some ridiculous. I think it does double the output though. That's going to help us kind of get toward the end of our line. We're at 2573 gold every cycle, so that's also pretty ridiculous. Stonking awesome, but pretty ridiculous as well. So we're going to be able to stack that up pretty well. And then this looks like a giant canyon dividing that southern area. So all in all, this map's been treating us pretty well. You know, food is a little tight, obviously, but that's because there's not a lot of green space and a lot of the snowy terrain. But other than that, I mean, we've gotten pretty well-defended swaths of land, sitting next to canyons and all that, without too much difficulty. And that's been just a beautiful, beautiful thing. How are we going to do this? Are we just going to leave that guy there? Interesting. All right, yeah, we're going to do it like that and lock it in. That's fine. And that's perfect. I mean, that's enough land for farms. Go ahead and try to stack that out to the other stand of trees is my guess to make sure we optimize spacing. Yes, we are. I mean, that is beautiful. Come on. You can do it, babe. We're trying to decide if we're going to go to stand of trees or not is basically the issue. And we don't know if we've decided that yet, or we're going to pull out a little further. I mean, I think I'm arguing that there's no point because it's going to be hard to get more ballista in there, and they'll probably get a breakthrough there and not anywhere else. So here, we're going to get everything we need. We're going to get the minerals, we're going to get some land, like it's fine. There's enough land for us at the moment. We have a lot of stone also sitting on the ground for late game when we start building defenses everywhere. So this is fine. So this is new land already claimed, beautiful. Get some ballista down there to seal the deal. We're going to need 2 on this area for sure. So kind of get them more centrally so we can definitely back up and get a second layer of walls and make sure we can hit every single angle we need. That one could probably be put in a little further, but that's alright. We'll leave it there. We can always get a second set of walls out front there. So no worries. Alright, so looks like this area is secure. We have another little district in front of our housing district. What to defend it with, which is beautiful. That ballista's almost up. Those 2 ballistas will be up, and these guys can probably call it a day. Though we can already start thinking about... Oh god, the north of this is gold, isn't it? Good lord. It's so nice. It's all gold. That's such a giant pack of gold. Yeah, we're gonna do 150 and like a 120, I think. That's just gonna be so much bank. Holy crap, I forgot this is all gold. That was stone. That's insane money. That is insane money. And there's no real point to be doing this down here because, well, reasons. Good lord, that's like... It's like 300 gold right there almost. Ha! See how many upgrades it takes for us to get that kind of money, and then you just build some gold mines and you just make it all back. It's funny, like, people still value gold in, like, a survival situation. It's like, you know what? That shiny coin seems like appropriate remuneration for this, not like, you know, rations or iron or steel or anything along those lines in a scarcity situation. Like, no, we still value shiny things. And the spitter got to spit. Spitter gonna spit. Spit. Die. Thank you. God, you have to be so careful with those things.
It's a nice day to die.
Hi, especially late game, man. Those lady stacks don't live very long if you don't watch them like hawks. But looks like the east in the north is more or less locked down. And here we want to put another district out as well. Because it's the same housing area, mind you. So we want to make sure we can push out and lock down some narrower chokes. The water's a really good natural border, and those trees and everything will be as well. So that's what we're doing here, and then we'll have 2 districts to the northern area, and that's going to help us have a very solid and very dependable defensive line. What to lock shit down with, and that's very, very good indeed. Thanatos is... Do we even need you here anymore? You move so damn slow. You can join the Titan pack, I think, yeah. Just go by the doorway for now. That's totally agreed. That's exactly what I would have done. Exactly what I did do. So good job, past self. You are still more or less cognizant. What do we shine on now? Stone! Oh shit, we're actually shining stone. Oh, we'll get it back. No worries. Our stone production like tends to max out really quickly right now because we're not building too many crazy walls. But we will be, I mean, here, obviously. Because we'll need to expand a bit. But this is like... This is nice. The amount of land we'll be able to clear and cover is really, really nice here. Yeah, we have districts defending our housing districts. So... All in all, this is looking super PG keen. As we continue to purge the map of any zombies and things, we'll go ahead and try and chew on our face. But these giant walls of mountains and mesas and things of that nature divide this area into very, very convenient valleys.
Here we go.
Which you can kind of control. So, I mean, all I can say is that this is looking pretty good. This is really looking quite good for us right now. As we continue to expand this area out here. And a big, nice defensive line. You have supporting military up here. So basically, if you look at the quadrants of the map, right? Northeast is cleared, northwest is cleared. We're building defenses here. There's a horde coming in from the south, which is conveniently where our Titans are at. That could be where we're going, though. So these guys need to change tack and move up. The question is which south, right? And this could also be south down here. So we're not entirely certain. We still have wood walls here, which we just noticed, which is convenient. That would have been ridiculous, but the question is also where they're going to come, because I don't know the answer to that question. I have no idea where they're going to come. They may come to the eastern south or the western south, and until we know that, we're going to have trouble determining which way we need to run our Titans. But either way, we should run our Titans kind of back up there and have them shift south. This area is not that much of a threat. The north here, luckily, is still held down by our military, so we can still work this out, but it's going to be tricky to do this right. I think, initially. As soon as we see where the Horde is, then great. But we remember, Titans aren't exactly sprinters. They aren't Thanatoses, thank God, but they're not exactly sprinters. So we got to make sure we have ample time for them to get wherever the hell this Horde is going to be. Can't be too crazy on that. But like I said, they're moving. We're all moving. Titan production is increasing. So we've got up to what, 17 now, which is quite a healthy number. So we're going to take care of this Horde and basically go home and continue to clear the map of any undead. And I do disagree that we are building these stone this early. We don't know if it's going to come here. I mean, we're betting on that, but I don't think that's accurate. Not necessarily true. But this is definitely a smaller district in between this, the command center and the zombies. So I do feel, I mean, either way, we're going to need to defend this up a bit. Unless we want to expand out here, but I doubt it. I mean, we have pretty good chokes here. It's not too bad. The areas are pretty narrow. So you never know. Never know where they're going to push. But our housing district definitely are biased toward the north. So if we're going to look at closer to command center, that would probably be where they hit. But close to the edge of the map is definitely down here. And these are somewhat woefully undefended. I mean, not woefully, just somewhat less defended than normal. Put that one in the middle, man. Let's do it. Put it in the middle. There we go. You can do it. Perfect. We can stiff another one by the trees if we really need to, in case there's breakthroughs. Double on there. So, I mean, we have pretty narrow fronts, and as long as we get the Titans in front of them, we'll be alright. Okay, 3 iron. Yep, that'll do. Yeah, we're going to make sure iron production is about 40, and then we can crank a Titan out every cycle. So, that's kind of the end goal. Any more than that is gravy. Once you're up to max Titans, then you just have a crap ton of iron to sell. Look at this. Like, we don't know what we're doing here. We're going to keep building walls and make this as hard as possible to get down. I think they do come right there, though, actually. If I remember this particular wave correctly, they come in through there. And we can go ahead and get a ballista in here. Yep. That's, I remember that little area. You know, I was talking yesterday whether that areas became a problem or not. Yeah, we definitely got that ballista in there. Edgewise, not enough resources. Not enough stone. Not enough stone. We'll get it relatively soon. Still 4 hours to the Horde even, you know, peeks his head up and tells us where the hell it's at, so. Some issues for sure as far as intel goes. Hey, we got 7 stone. You can build it already. You can build it already. You got 7 stone. Just go. Just go. Just go, homie. Go. Go, homie. Go. Go. Put up that wall. There we go. 21 stone. No problem. Our quarry decided to cycle through now. Yay. So we'll see how this shakes out. I mean, obviously, that ballista in the back might not be doing much a priori, but it'll be useful in the end. So I believe. So say we all. Alright. We'll lock this area down. Also make sure nothing gets in that way, but that's not really a major threat. That area's cleared. And whatever military presence we have there can easily handle many hordes that come in. They're mostly runners, some executives, not really some too many advanced varieties of undead, which mostly place themselves on the map and call it a day. So yeah, I mean we're more or less approaching map clearance. I'd say we're about 80% clear by day 60. That's pretty freaking good. And now the question is where this horde is coming from, since we're not sure if it swings east or west. It could swing either way because it's kind of on the point of that canyon. And the question is which way the canyon swings at the end, and also which way they decide to swing as well. If they're locked into that valley or not, basically. And we're not sure which side of the valley they're on. I'm guessing it's going to go east. If, like I said, my memory serves. And even looking at the little arrow, like it is kind of biased to the right side, and if we know there's a canyon swinging that way above it, it's probably going to go east, but we're not sure, so we can't really commit fully, unless we run our Titans in a position that's not going to be very tenable to move or defend. So we're going to go ahead and lock that in the cross right there. Beautiful. And we're like, why are we doing that? We should just take up all the land if possible. And you're not wrong. We should probably do that anyway. Yep, that's exactly what we need to be doing. Yep.
What's up?
I agree.
I agree. Yeah, Mama Ursa's like, why are you wasting land? We could use more farmland with this. No, yep, you're right. Let's take all the land we possibly can, man. Yep, that's perfect. Nice. A little outcropping. Got a little citadel thing going. All well and good, baby. All well and good. Alright, good. So get some more of these things down. These wonderful, wonderful ballistae. Yes. Yes. Very much. Put it down. One there. Yes. As a mat. The Sagdiff. There you go. Put it. The Borat movie makes me so happy. Alright, put it there. It's perfect. No! Yes, no. One more. Oh, no. That was terrible. That's a shame. Totally fine. We're going to put it by the lake so we can fire over deeper. So this area is now more or less preliminarily secure. I think those will build up before any mini hordes decide to come in and make our day pretty miserable. We're going to move these guys south just in case. 10's going to get there fast enough. And I think, have we decided to deploy them there already? Yeah, we're going to get rid of this area if possible. Get rid of some walls, man. I think we're going to get rid of that damn ballista too, honestly. It's not doing much. We might leave it there just for shits and giggles. Maybe build a gate here later. We're covering stone though, which is nice. It's like taking down the Roman statuaries and architecture in order to get through quickly. So some of them are going that way, some are going this way. Alright, some of them are taking the off-ramp, some of them are not. But it definitely looks like they're going to be trying to attack New Holland here with all the windmills, and that kind of makes sense. And the other good part about all this is, though, is that we have so much stone on the ground and incoming to build the fortifications of the new districts that we are highly, highly, highly unlikely and highly effective against flesh in order to get this all down. So, all well and good, baby. All well and good.
Excuse me?
Now, ballista's all ready. Definitely looks like a horde is hitting there, so my memory did serve appropriately. Did we build wood there temporarily? We did, didn't we? Oh, that's hilarious. That's so funny, man. That was great. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to double up this one. Nothing nasty comes up here, because I don't think we're expanding any further out here. There's no point. Everything just broadens out, and we already got the resources we need. We might go after that oil if we want it, but it's highly unlikely at this point. Again, all that stone on the ground to help us put in some defenses to buttress what's about to happen. Are our main military up here already? They're kind of on their way. Titans are on their way too. We're going to get here just in time, I think. So yay. Making this a little harder for them to spin on and get through. So lock the ballista in a bit. This area is so well, like, bunkered in. It's just so many walls in every inch of the territory. That is just ridiculous for them to try and get through. Are we going to execute her already? Really? That seems excessive. I mean, honestly, it seems a little excessive, but I mean... It is pushing Horde 5-6, so we can't be too careful. Well, we can be too careful, obviously. We can be wasting money on this, but I think we'll be alright.
So much steam. Let me adjust.
Titans are going to make it, though. We're going to make it, Bob! And the Horde is going to start cresting the ridge just as the Titans come in. Yep, that skull is moving north with a quickness. With a violent, aggressive quickness that can only be matched by its hatred for living flesh. I mean... Love for living flesh? I mean, that's really funny, right? Because they're like, oh yeah, it's a hatred for the living, but they love it so much they eat it. So it's like, do you hate the living or love the living is a question. Like, you love the flesh, man. Like, oh, you got some nice flesh in there. Sure. And there is some good food to be had here, so we're going to use every single one of these tiles to drop down some more farms, get more farmland to keep the eco growing. We're at 2,500. No need to stop there, friends. No need to stop there. We get a pretty good high point at some point, but hey, we need more power, so you know what that means. More mills! There's no time to build mills and project out your next mill expansion like in the middle of a horde. It seems like a great idea, and we're going to go ahead and go with that as much as humanly possible. And get all this down and get some power up. But man, like I said, this area is almost filled up. I'd say about 60% full of mills, and we still have a lot more power requirements to go, so we're not going to fuck around at this point. Where's that horde? It should be here any second now. The rest of the Titans are derping out. I guess game's pathing is awesome. Game's pathing is awesome. So that should never have happened, honestly. Like, that should have been cleared up super quick. And they're breaking off a little bit, but they're not going to be able to shoot to the left, I think. So we should, if we drop into the south, I don't think we'll be able to see that guy from there. Relatively certain you won't. That gas is going to annihilate whatever's going to come in that way. I was wondering where the rest of my Titans was, and I was like, hey man, the other half are still trying to get through a doorway at the same time. You imagine that happen in your daily life. You're in the office or wherever you work, or if you work, or in school, let's say, or in a room, and then there's people trying to get in or out of a classroom, and they all just keep shoving into the wall, and no one can get out. And not even like in like an emergency, oh my god, the place on fire kind of thing, but like in your day-to-day, like people just kind of don't know how to take turns on the doorway. That'd be weird, right? Well, that's basically what just happened with the Titans. They're like, all right, we need to commute south. They're like, oh, let's go. And I want to go. I want to go. No, I want to go. And it's just why, people, why? Looks like the Gatling gun is making relatively short work of whatever came up near that wall. It's pretty good. So this horde looks like it's going to be pretty much petering out and more or less all well and done with. The horde music is going to continue. Apparently there's two guys stuck on the... Just like our Titans were stuck in a way, they are stuck in the trees, which is hilarious if you're into that kind of thing. I'm dying. And we're also at 6,000 gold. We're wasting gold, people. Build things. Why are you not building? We're so concentrated on the horde that we didn't realize we were burning economy for no good reason. That's so sad. And apparently that Gatling gun can hit that guy. So weirdness abounds right now. We're going to try to get our Titans out here and deal with this. And as you can see, the horde music is still rocking out. It's rocking out with this member aloft. And we can't do anything about it because there's that dude running into the trees and not our defenses. Silly zombie! Go get chopped up. Go get killed, please, for my sake and for the sake of everyone. That is your sworn duty as an invader of the human species, so go up and get on that. Don't try to, you know, I don't want to die. You're already dead. No one cares. You're undead, technically, too. But you're already dead, so you know what? Just run into the defenses and let them chop you up a bit. You know, just a bit. Take off some weight. You'll lose, like, a couple pounds on the way in, so, you know, it's good for health and all the other good stuff, right? I mean, what is he doing? What is he trying to do? What's he trying to do? Trying to be, like, all fit and stuff? He's an executive, man. He's, like, running those CEO races. It's like, hey, the CEOs wanted to run an ultra-marathon. Do they really not have enough to do? Like, no, you know, the massive paychecks and shit, they feel like they need more hobbies. Okay, that's fair. You know, in there because of the obstruction. And again, the joy, the glory, nay, the privilege that is meal placement. Continuing onward to rear his ugly head. And here, beautifully, gonna keep smacking him down, dropping him next to canyons, and making sure that we can get so much power out of this. And again, like I said, this map, extremely power intensive. 6 of those is gonna give us about 180. Still gonna be a thing. While we continue to hear the rockin' music of the Horde invasion in space. That's right. We're gonna open a doorway here, and we may not be able to get out to that doorway, or can we? Let's see.
Good morning, sir.
We can. He do. And we're gonna go ahead and shoot some stuff. That's fun. And there's another giant pack of undead just waiting for us here to get mowed down to the drama and the soundtrack of the Horde is coming right for us and all that. But we're drawing some attention here, as you can see. We're getting some more advanced undeads here. Lots of harpies, lots of fatties. And that dude is still there, just hanging out by the wood. And we're doing alright. This Titan group right now, sitting at about 17 individuals with giant mech suits of doom. Pretty solid, pretty dope all around, honestly. Pretty good work. As stuff comes in and gets mowed down, and we're going to be approaching nearly full map clearance pretty quickly, because honestly that west is more or less clear since everything else is blocked by that mountain range / mesa range, as the case may be. So, until next time, I've been Urs for me and Mama Urs. Thanks for tuning into this one. We're approaching day 60. We're in amazing shape. The map is getting cleared. We have a crap ton of Titans, and I couldn't be happier. So, until next time, fight the good fight, and we'll catch you back on the snowy wastes, destroying more zombies, see if we can't unlock the final map. Till next time, till then.